Hello, everybody. Um, yeah, it's another year since I last published a clip, and I had a look at all these different comments which I received, um, which were quite controversial. And looking back to the clip, I have to admit that there are good reasons to receive controversial uh, statements and a lot of critics, because actually I just expressed my mood or my how I experienced subjectively things, and I even didn't provide any source for why I blamed or criticized Sapienza. Okay, but this is now another year passed by, and for the last 2 years we have been caught by the pandemic, and everything changed all around the world. When the pandemic started, we had no chance to continue to travel to our buying countries in Asia because everything was banned, and the only countries we were able to visit were Turkey and Mexico, because travel restrictions were very limited, or actually for Turkey and Mexico not existing. And so in 2020 we spent in total about 3.5 months in Turkey. We drove more than 8,000 kilometers and really had quite a good chance to explore this country. And we're also impressed about the very good infrastructure, about the hospitality of the people. We like the food, and we were also able to source products, even though it was not as easy as in Asian countries, but we found this and that, and kept on following the same concept as what we did in the years earlier. So after Turkey, we also went to Mexico. It's a similar situation. When you compare living standard of Indonesia or India with Turkey or Mexico, it's already significantly higher, and therefore the products which we buy, which are handmade products, are more expensive, obviously. But nevertheless, we found it still very exciting and challenging to select products, find suppliers, sit down with workshop owners and discuss prices, and and we added these two countries to our existing collection of countries from which we introduce handicraft products to our clients. But what I want to talk about today is actually how this pandemic also changed my view on this planet. I was so irritated and impressed when I saw that 192 countries simultaneously followed the same standards, complying with WHO standards. And announcing the pandemic. If you look back now, then this is the first time in history where this type of coordinated, I don't know how to say, coordinated coordinated measures on the planet have taken place. I started digging, I wanted to learn, I wanted to understand all this, because especially in Germany, I felt quite irritated by the way the German government kind of pushed so hard on people getting vaccinated, without allowing any critics or any alternative opinion in the public media. And since this was, to my understanding, so out of proportion, I really started to kind of investigate, look for channels where people share, let's say, a kind of skeptical attitude towards this corona pandemic. And my major source of information is YouTube, and surfing through YouTube clips, detecting channels of people who represent a certain opinion. I learned in the last 24 months that many of such channels who did not comply with the mass media narrative simply got deleted. The channel just got deleted. First strike, second strike, and always with the same justification that the person who runs the channel does not comply with community rules. Well, I found this very scary, because quite a few of these channels were installed by people who just expressed a critical point of view, with also trying to provide data, background information, providing sources of statements they gave. So I could really see that it is not about providing free access to people form their own opinion, but it's about forming opinion and creating a narrative by deleting channels of people who are opposing that narrative. Well, I really experienced this through the last 24 months. I found it quite shocking, and at the same time I continued to subscribe channels where I felt I can still receive more information from a different point of view. And yeah, what I learned is that the World Health Organization, which decades ago was funded by the United Nations or by those nations who were members, later on, and especially the last 10 years, do not get funded by the members, by the member nations anymore. But I learned that today 80% of the budget the World Health Organization has is funded by private foundations, all different type of private foundations, where you can see there is an economical interest behind, which is driving the direction of the World Health Organization. Yeah, mainly pharmaceutical companies who present their interest and who direct programs, agendas, targets of the World Health Organization. So, knowing all this and knowing that many pharmaceutical companies managed to take very, very big advantage of the present situation, are also board members of the World Economic Forum, this very small but very powerful group of elite people in Davos who seem to be the global player and the global coordinator of what's happening. Yeah, and the World Economic Forum is representing the Western part, but you have a very similar type of conference where people meet in Beijing, and also people are discussing similar world problems. And what I heard was in one of the latest meetings last year in May, there was a statement given all around the planet. All governments are working hard to install central bank digital currency in order to keep and maintain control. And there have been all different type of studies, like for example China had a lot of testing opportunities, because they encouraged and helped Nigeria to install central bank digital currency. But there are also all different type of developments in the Bahamas, in the Caribbean, the Swiss bank, Bank of England, especially the major players have been working extremely intense on creating results so that the present fiat system can be replaced by central bank digital currency. Yeah, where is this going to lead us? I think China can already tell, because they are quite a bit ahead in their in collecting data and experience. But I think what is very obvious to see is, once governments are going to offer digital currencies from the central bank, every individual human being is very easy to be controlled and directed. And yeah, when I listen to all the different sources and if I listen to all the different kind of views, I realize that it is not a question whether this is happening, but it's only a question when this is going to be implemented. Is it happening in the next 3 years, the next 5 years, or the next 8 years? Yeah, I would be eager to learn more about you, whether you have also tried to dig and learn about this scenario. And yeah, I would be happy to receive comments, and very excited to listen to them. Thank you.